So we have to have every single married couple, especially those of you that have been married for quite some time. I'll give you more instructions here in just a little bit. Right now, though, all I want you guys to do is start rekindling a little bit of romance. All right, again, all you have to be doing right now is slow dancing together. I'll tell you what else you'll have to do here in just a little bit.
Let this be the anthem to our future, to millions of smiles and a few little tears. May I always listen to the anniversary.
All right, now it's time for some fun here. I'm going to call out anniversary years. When I do that, if you've been married those many years or less, I want you to step to the side of the floor. Okay? Step to the side. I don't want you to go back to your seats. Step to the side of the floor. What we're looking for, this is kind of an elimination married couples dance now. We're looking for the longest married couple. That's what we're going to end up with. So those of you that have been married for quite some time, I want you thinking about some advice that you can give to the bride and groom when we're done eliminating all our couples. So my favorite one is always the first one. If you've been married for 1 day or less, step to the side of the floor. 1 day or less. Don't leave the floor, especially our bride and groom. All right, if you've been married a year or less, step to the side of the floor. That's more newlyweds. 1 year or less, step to the side of the floor. All right, how about 3 years? 3 years or less. More newlyweds. Okay, remember, don't go sit down. Don't leave the floor. Just step to the side of the floor. How about 5 years or less? I really can't call that as newlyweds. 5 years or less. And I throw this one in here. 7 years or less. 7 years or less. That's a 7-year itch. 7 years or less. Okay, remember, don't leave the floor. Step to the side only. How about 10 years or less? 10 years or less. About 15 years. 15 years or less. Step to the side. Remember, only step to the side. All right, how about 20 years? 20 years or less? Okay, step to the side. Don't leave the floor. Do not leave the floor. All right, for these next ones that I announce, I want you guys that are on the side to give a round of applause because these are big numbers. 25 years or less. 25 years or less. Come on, give them a hand. And again, don't leave the floor. How about 30 years or less? 30 years or less. Check that out. Nobody went off the floor on that one. All right, how about 35 years or less? 35, come on, give them a hand. All right, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. 40 years or less. 40 years or less. $40 or less. How about 42 years or less? 42 years or less. All right. I'm going up in smaller increments now because I don't want to eliminate them all at once. 45 years or less. 45 or less. Are you kidding me? Let's give them a hand just for that. All right, how about 47 years? Oh, give them a hand now. Come on. All right, how about 49 years or less? 49 years or less? Oh boy. 50 years or less? 51 years or less? 52. I'm going to start sounding like an auctioneer here in a second. 54 years or less. Are you kidding? 55. 57. Oh, we lost our, wow. All right, now we get to find out how many years, and these guys came out on the floor late. I need my bride and groom to come on over here. All right, how many years is it officially for you two?
61 plus. 61.
He remembered. Isn't that, that's remarkable right there. 61?
January 15th.
January 15th. 61 years. Let's give him a hand just for that, you guys. That is a gigantic number. All right, now here's the $1 million question. Here's the $1 million question. Well, first of all, who are you guys?
My grandparents.
Tessa's grandparents.
Yes.
All right, and what are your words of advice for these two? For a long and healthy marriage or just a long marriage?
Be good to each other.
Be good to each other. Great advice. How about you?
Same thing.
Same thing. Be good to each other. Let's give them a hand, you guys. 61 years in January. Beautifully done. All right, who's ready to start?